Welcome to Exploring Harry Potter. The little boats carried them through a curtain of ivy, which had a wide opening in the cliff face. They were carried along in a dark tunnel, which seemed to be taking them right underneath the castle, until they reached a kind of underground harbor where they all clambered out onto the rocks. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Every first-year student welcomed into Hogwarts arrives nervous and excited. Upon arrival, the half-giant Rubeus Hagrid rounds all of them up and escorts them to the Great Lake. For first-year students, they sail to Hogwarts Castle on strangely still water, and there are small boats with no sails and no motors. Yet, once they climb inside of the boats begin magically sailing themselves to the castle. And then, something struck me that I never really noticed before. Another Harry Potter epiphany, one that's been in plain sight right in front of my face until now. Everyone left alive who killed a Horcrux after the final battle of the Second Wizarding War that fought at Hogwarts Castle, they were all in the same little boat sailing to Hogwarts Castle in their first year. That is some seriously planned foreshadowing. Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Neville, the final four. None of them knew each other. They didn't know they'd be in the same boat. They didn't even know they would all be sorted into the same house, all Gryffindors. And they definitely didn't know they'd be the ones to basically save the Muggle and Wizarding world from Lord Voldemort and an existence of pure torture, murder, and oppression. If they hadn't killed the Horcruxes, Voldemort would never have been beaten. He and his supporters would rule the world and turn it into a living hell. Yet, here in the first book, in their first year in 1991, the Sorcerer's Stone, or if you live somewhere else other than America, Philosopher's Stone, J.K. Rowling had the final four sailing together in the beginning on their way to Hogwarts. I've read this book so many times and it never struck me, but if you know anything about Harry Potter, the Wizarding World, or its creator J.K. Rowling, you'll know to find surprises every time you reread it. There's always something you didn't notice, something you didn't connect. There's always something more. The world is so massive yet so carefully detailed. Main future plot points in the last book, number 7, The Deathly Hallows, beginning in the first book. J.K. Rowling is a master at foreshadowing. The immense and expansive world she crafted is beyond anything ever before or after, and her creations continue to gain more depth as time goes on. More stories inside stories where people are always finding something more. Even after 20 years, people are still finding hidden gems.
Is this all real? Or is it just happening inside my head?
Of course it's happening inside your head, Harry. Why should that mean that it's not real?
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. If you liked what you saw, you can subscribe and most importantly, hit the notification bell so you won't miss an upload.